Well, good morning. It's almost afternoon. I decided to go live today and do my lead Chronicles. So today we're going to be doing some river jigs or paddle jigs or flat ones I call them. And I'm going to start preheating the mold up here right now. So I'll be using 1/0, 3/0, and 4/0 jig hooks. I prefer gold hooks because this is what I do to all my gold hooks. This is called red dike-em. I actually dip them so I have a red hook on a gold hook. The purpose is why I'm doing this is when that red starts to wear off, that gold starts to come through, so it gives it a different appearance in the water when it's going through. It kind of shimmers and all that. So this is a flat or river jig, I call it, paddle jig. So I'll be making 3/4 ounce, 5/8, and 3 ounce today. So that's just one of my little tricks and tips that I do. Like I said, I like gold hooks. Those are 3/0. That'll be the 5/8. The 4/0, that's going to be the 3/4 ounce jigs. And then I got the smaller ones here that are 1/0. The reason I'm doing this because April 21st I leave for Lake Erie. And I'll be there for 6 weeks. I'm going to have all this made up. I'm actually going to take probably my powder paints there to paint certain colors to find out what color they're biting on. John Deere is a really good color over there, so I got to see if I can mix something up like that for John Deere colors. And I'll also probably be tying hair jigs. So I don't have my hair tying jig in here, but that'll probably also go with me too. So I got a lot of friends over there right now getting the bite going. They're getting a lot of fish. I just had one just text me now, Lyle Brenner, good friend of mine. I met him about 5, maybe 6 years ago. And he always puts me right on fish right away, and we just work from there. So I'm going to pour some lead into this to start pre-warming it. Lead melts at 615 degrees. Very hot. It sets up very quickly. So this is what I call pre-warming the mold, because I want that mold to be nice and warm. And when I start pouring jigs and I just start flopping them out there. So that one's pretty good for now. Usually I do this 3 times. So I'll just put them right back in there. Oh, I gotta go turn on my fan quick. Usually I run a fan. I got the window partially open down there. Try to keep it ventilated as well as possible. A friend of mine, Jerry Klein, got me that Coot. That's an old decoy that they used to use years ago. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, please bring it on.
Hi, Michael Schultz.
Hi, Michael. Well, we spent, Kathy and I spent 2.5 weeks down in Florida. We had a great time. It was with my Aunt Lois and Jerry Conrad, fishing off the beach down there. Caught some pompano, some whiting. Anything different than that? No cat, well, a couple catfish maybe. About 3-4 days it was kind of windy there, so we couldn't really fish. Had a great time in their pool at Inglewood Beach, Minnesota Island. Minnesota Island. All right, one more time here. And then the second week we ended up with Lynn and Keith Tobias. We got to fish 3 days down there with Keith. I got 3 days. Aaron got 2 days. Jessica got 1 day, and Kathy got 1 day. If you've seen the videos, you could tell how Aaron battled that shark. It kind of whipped his ass a little bit. He broke the rod, so I replaced that rod. And one thing Keith always tells everybody, his friends he takes out, he says, make sure you put that rod in that rod holder. Never put it on the floor or nothing like that, because if that bait's on bottom, it's going to get bit. And sure enough, stupid me, I put the damn rod on the bottom of the boat and it went whoop. I didn't even have time to think of looking at or jumping in. But after seeing that big bull shark down there, I was not jumping into water. So I also replaced that rod and reel for Keith. Great time, caught a lot of amberjacks, hogfish. Mostly we like to catch a lot of grunts, to try. That's our fish we like to eat down there. Very good eating.
Mangrove snapper.
Mangrove snappers. Yep.
Grouper.
Yep. If the grouper are big enough or in season. So a lot of our fish we just catch and release. All right. Let's see how this thing works out. This is a brand new jig mold I got.
Safety glasses are important.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, so there they are, and they should be able to fall right out by just picking them off like this, and I set them in piles like that. I do have my spare 1 pound ingots here that will be dumping in there. So we'll be going probably, hopefully about 300 hooks today, 100 of each size. Then I have them all done for the year. It's a tedious little process, but it is what it is. No questions? Tell me, everybody, where you're from. They should be able to pop out just like that. We'll just push them off to the side. Start the process again. Starting out with a 1/0 hook, going to the 3/0 hook. And like I said, I like using gold hooks, and I use my red Dykem. Red Dykem is a layout die that tool makers use to lay out their metal.
Oh.
And when they scribe it, it actually shows up silver because they're scoring the metal, and you can see it.
Paul Ronald from Pewaukee.
Hello. So the red Dykem is, I think, a really cool, interesting die setup. So that's why I like using it. When it wears off on that gold hook, then the gold starts showing through there. It gives it really a weird kind of sense of colors.
Nick Akeley. Coot.
Hi, Nick. How you doing over there? How's the wasp going for me? Nick also paints a lot of my rattling wasp. He's actually got some of my rods at his shop to sell. If you want to check him out, it's Doc's Customs. And he paints mugs too. I got a nice Coot'S lure looking color mug that he did for me. He's also doing Gracie crankbaits and mugs also. They also get earrings made for Gracie. And I think the wake is the 13th, right? Next Saturday. So we're going to go there, see Gary. Gracie,
Celebration of life.
yeah, celebration of life, that's it. Gracie passed away on us in November. Hell of a woman, and she loved the fish. I miss her already. So, next weekend I'm going to dress up as a fisherman and go to her celebration of life, which I think she would have liked.
Orfino from Idaho. Gerald Hosley of Orfino, Idaho.
Idaho, wow. Love to go fish here. Got a lot of nice looking trout over there.
What does it mean? It says bring them on video.
Bring what? Oh, that's just so you can talk to them and that. Usually I don't do that because I'm trying to take care of this and all that kind of stuff. But
Nick Ackley said, fantastic. We made up a couple more yesterday.
good to hear. Well, my boat's almost ready for Lake Erie. I got brand new batteries in it this year because I had a little issue this winter. Something happened. So I took care of that. So I'll feel pretty good about being at Lake Erie for 6 weeks with new batteries. So hopefully I won't have any issues. I'll be there for 6 weeks. I take a lot of my friends over there that haven't been there yet. What I actually do is when we start fishing the first couple days, I show them all the ways and how I catch my fish, how I net my fish and all that. So then I start letting them do all the work. Then I videotape. And it's hilarious. You try to teach them to do it right, and they do it wrong, and I get all the bloopers, which is funnier as hell. One year, we actually made it on the ridiculous TV show from MTV. So that was kind of funny. My friend of mine broke my landing net on the fish, but he actually caught the fish in the net. So that was pretty wild. Another reason I'm pouring these jigs is I got invited by Lance Valentine. He's over in Michigan, Detroit area. He's a guide over there, and he also does teach fishing. So if you ever have a chance to look him up, Teach Fishing, Lance Valentine. He's got a lot of great products. Hell of a teacher on fishing, so please check him out. So I'll be over there in May fishing with him for 2 days. And I got a couple of my good friends going with me that will share that experience with us. So that is kind of one of my bucket lists, to fish the Detroit River. I've had a lot of friends tell me about it, so I need to go experience that. No more questions?
No more questions.
How many people are on there? There's got to be a number on there. I know there is somewhere. So the last couple days, Kathy and I have been sitting around the house because it's been so terrible out with all the snow and that kind of stuff. So we've been binge watching the Vikings. There's 8 years of series, so I think we need to go a few more days, right, dear?
Yep. Thomas Waitman says, ever think about making short 5-6 foot lead cord rods?
No, not offhand, because I'm not a fan of lead core fishing. I've done it with Keith Tobias, and it can be a lot of work. And you have rods dedicated to that one thing only. That's a small niche market that I really don't want to go to. I've had a lot of people ask me to make my own type of jig rod. Well, there's a lot of different jig rods out there, so that's also a hard competition to be in too. So I think I found my niche by doing my trolling rods. I like the rods I designed. A lot of people have loved them. Like I said, I am sold out completely of the 8 foot and 8'6" rods. They're telescopic, but there are a few stores that have them. What, dear?
Gary Coleman said, enjoy, gentlemen. Hope to see you in Erie. Gotta go now.
Okay, take care, Gary. Gary is the inventor and founder of the Strike. Now I forgot. I'm sorry, Gary. What is your product you made again for HT? Dang it, I just can't come up with the name of it right now.
Tip up?
You'll come on.
Is it a tip up?
No, it's something like a tip up, but you use your jig rod, and when your jig rod gets the bite, a flake pops up. So it's not an automatic setter or nothing like that, but it's a really cool system. If you got your favorite jig rod, you want to use it as like a tip up, this is perfect for it. It's from HT. Well, HT sells it for Gary.
Nick Ackley says, your 7 foot would make a great lead core rod.
Yeah. I don't know, I've never tried it, but I suppose I could. Are you painting baits today?
Says over 21 people are watching.
Okay. Also, Nick, if you need some chrome bandits, I just found a friend that has a bunch. He says if you need to buy some, he can sell you some of his.
Only 3 people.
Yeah, almost time to pour some more lead in there to heat up. We're going to take a 1 pounder and put it in there, nice and slow. That'll take a few minutes to heat up again because that lead is pretty cold.
Dan Van Oss is watching.
Hi Dan, happy retirement to you. We'll see you in June, I hope, at the law enforcement tournament. I guess I'm team number 55. Thanks.
Josh Holtz is watching.
Joshua who?
Holtz.
Oh, hi Josh.
Nick Ackley says, we're good. Your Ford mechanic is helping us take them apart right now. The KS thanks for thinking of us, Coot.
Yep. Always try to help anybody I can out.
Small businesses.
Yep. Buy local, all that kind of good stuff. That helps everybody. Yeah, I didn't even really have to shovel. Our driveway's pretty much melted already. I don't know if we're supposed to get more snow today or what. That is a big number 4/0 jig hook. That's what it looks like right here. That's a 3-ounce. So over in Detroit River, they like using hair jigs or big plastics. So that's why I got such a big hook. Plus the 4/0 fits perfect right in here.
Jessica Williams is watching.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
Hi, Jessica.
Jessica, I think, had a good time in Florida fishing. That's the first time she ever got to go deep sea fishing like that. So we lucked out 2 days in a row, perfect for weather. Had a good time. A lot of grunting going on in that boat catching those big fish.
Mike Schultz says, "Where are your favorite place to fish?" Question mark.
Well, I like to have Mikey Schultz in my boat using the kill zones. You guys got to check out the kill zone system. That's a knotless 3-way rig system. It's plastic. It's 2 pieces. And what's really unique and nice about it, it's adjustable, so you can actually slide. So, and if you want, I use pencil weights. So normally when I fish in my boat at Lake Erie, if I got 4 people in the boat, I run 12 lines. 8 of them are on boards, and the other 4 are dead sticks. So the dead sticks all have the kill zone on, and on the bow I use 4-ounce pencil weights. Then at the bow, in the back of the boat, I use 2-ounce weights with the kill zone. And most of the time I'm trolling with non-diving baits then, with the kill zone. It's great for catfishing also. A lot of people are buying it for that. So check out the Kill Zone by Mike Schultz in Marinette, Wisconsin.
So he still wants to know where your favorite place to fish is.
Wherever you catch the fish, like Lake Erie. You know that, Michael. Okay. Enough harassment, Mike? Anybody else on here I can harass?
Trevor Hamlin says, "You went from sunshine to snow."
Hi, Trevor. Yes, I took as much sunshine as I could in the car, and it didn't last very long.
Robert Klaus says, "Coot."
Who's that?
Klaus.
Klaus. Hi, Bob. I'm kind of bored today, so I'm making jigs.
He wants to know what you're pouring.
We are porting paddle jigs. Right there. Paddle jigs, river jigs, flat, whatever you want to call it. Those are the sizes I'm using on these. So I'm actually making these up to go to Lake Erie. I got invited to go fish the Detroit River with Lance Valentine. That'll be in May. So I know he's got his own type of paddle jig, but I don't want to take all of his stuff, so I'll make some up. So actually I'll make all these, and I'll probably powder paint them over there, or make hair jigs out of them also. They use a lot of plastics.
Harold Monday must have been thinking what you're thinking, because he says, "Are you powder coating?"
Yep. Hi, Harold.
Then he says, "Painting."
Yeah, I powder paint all my jigs. Lately, I haven't been jigging too much. I just got the boat ready. I was hoping to go out this weekend to pier, but not with this weather. I won't try fishing this weekend. I heard there's another tournament up there, so I'm not going to waste my time up there. Probably go up there next week. Make sure all the bugs are worked out of the boat before we go to Lake Erie. So, like I said, we're pouring 3/4 ounce. That's a 3/4 ounce. Here's a 5/8, and there's a 3/8. So that's what I'm pouring. So I'll probably pour 100 of these. foot of each, then that should be more than enough for me this year. So there, I got them all lined up in there. Just got to close it, make it tight, and we just pour them. So this lead pot I got here, I'm borrowing it from Donnie down at River House. He had an extra one, and I couldn't find mine somewhere, so he's let me use this so I can get all my stuff poured. So I'll give it back to him. Now I'm going to put another ingot back in here. But otherwise, everything's going pretty good. Can't complain.
Do you fish cranks more or harnesses more now into May on Erie?
Right now, I'll be pulling cranks.
That's what Corey Clark wanted to know.
Yeah, I'll be pulling cranks. Mostly bandits. I did pick up a couple P10s to try. I'm not a P10 guy, and how many you gotta buy, you know, colors, all that kind of stuff. So, it's gonna be different, I think, this year because we had such an early spring. I think that water's gonna heat up a little bit earlier over there, and I think it might be a crawler bite by the time I get there, maybe, but I highly doubt it. But a trick I did last year worked out very well for us. Take a quarter chunk of crawler and put it on the front hook of a bandit. With that dirty water I was working with last year, it worked out very well. So a chunk of crawler on that front hook, and let the fun begin.
Klaus says the tournament's on Sunday, AIM tournament, 100 boats
Oh, okay. That's why I won't be up there this weekend.
out of Metro.
Yep.
Harold Monday says you can use mine if you ever need to. Same thing. I have some sinker mold too.
Show them all mine over here. So them are all my molds that I have. You know, ranging from egg sinkers, pyramid sinkers, ball head jig sinkers. And this right here is my painting rack. And when I paint the jig, I just hang them on there. And this is what I was showing. I use gold hooks. This is a little too small, but use gold hooks, and I use red dicum to dip my hooks. And the red dicum is a layout tool system for metal workers. So when you scribe the line on the metal, it goes silver and you can see it a lot better. But what's nice about the red dicum that I use on my jig hooks is when the paint or the dye starts wearing off, that gold starts to kind of shimmer through. It gives it a little different look at it. Yeah, a production pot is probably the best way to go making lures, jig-wise. To do the ladle thing and pour, it's a little bit of work, I think. So I do like the production pot a lot better. I think these are like up to 75 bucks now. They're not cheap. Well, nothing's cheap nowadays, right?
Robert Klaus says, I will be kicking off my tourney season Sunday fishing with Paul Hassel in the AIM event.
Well, good luck to you guys. Looks like good weather, I think, right, Bobby? Yeah, I was at the Real Shot a couple days, yesterday I think it was, or the day before. Well, anyways, they got a lot of great markdowns, 70% off of some rain gear. So if you're looking for some nice rain gear, go check them guys out. They got a lot of it.
This is better weather than this week, laugh out loud.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Yeah, normally I'd have a radio going, playing my 80s music. Kathy was kind of bored, so that's why she's helping me.
I get paid well.
Yeah, checks in the mail, right? Yeah, she's such a funny girl. No more questions?
Nope.
Huh.
Got people watching.
Yeah, I know this is boring, but I just want to show you what I do for jig making. A lot of people ask questions, and probably the best way. Eventually, I'll show you how I tie my harnesses, which is totally different than anybody that does it. I have a special way I do my harness systems, my flutter spoon, hooks ups, all that kind of stuff. So that might be in a couple days.
Mr. Klaus noticed that you're using my she shed again. He says, once again, Kathy was kind enough for you to let her use her she shed, I see.
Thanks, Bob, for the observation.
I know. Did you see my sign is still here, right there? What does it say? Uh-huh.
No fishing?
We know how that works. Do you really think this was built for me?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're going to put another one in there.
I guess he can have a corner of my she shed. I don't mind borrowing it to him. He did help me build it.
You helped build it? That's it. She was hauling concrete and stepping in it. She picked out all the cabinets that she had to find on Facebook Market. What else?
Robert Close says my sign, my no fishing sign is getting bumped out for more Coot fishing signs, it looks like.
As you know, they can be unscrewed.
Yeah, it's just a temporary, Bob. Don't worry about me. I'll take care of myself. I appreciate you worrying about me, though. Remember, he's in Lake Erie for 6 weeks. I get my she shed back.
Yep. She'll have girl, you know, she's got a damn kegerator over there, so she'll probably be drinking.
I do have a kegerator.
I can't imagine 8 women being drunk out here.
See, I have a
making
kegerator
crafts.
all for me. Maybe I'll share with the fishermen that come into my she shed. But as you can see, this is my she shed, and it is full of stuff. And it has nothing to do with fishing related. Harold Monday? Robert, I went to school with Paul.
So once in a while, you get slag. I call it slag in the top of here. So I kind of pull that out. I dump it off to the side. That's the stuff that's not lead, all the impurities, that kind of stuff. So I take that off the top there. Right now I run my melting pot on hot, because I'm pouring so much lead. I had to put new ingots in, so I got to keep the temperature up there. So like I said, lead melts at 615 degrees. So definitely want safety glasses on. You can wear gloves, but it pours slow enough. Shouldn't have any issues.
So you went to school with Harold Monday, huh?
I guess so. We got our class reunion coming up July 5th and 6th, Harold.
Right here at our house, Harold.
Yep. So we're doing a big old fish fry on Friday night. And then Saturday will be the class reunion. So it's $20 per person. And then it's pretty much all you want to eat and drink. We're actually having the catering done by Kathy and Roxy helping out. So that, hopefully we'll have good weather for that.
Oh.
Otherwise we'll be in the barn.
Harold Monday went to school with Paul Hassel.
Oh.
Oh, not Coot.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we're a little screwed up.
You are. You're reading, not me.
Hey, you almost thought about it. Hi, Leon Fisher.
Hey, it's the land management seller. What are you selling today? Come on, I can hear you laughing at me. Leon is a very good friend of mine. He's from Appleton, Wisconsin. He's a retired police officer from up there. And Leon and my son and I went to Lake Erie in 2020. And as we're trying to leave the state of Wisconsin, just down by West Bend, I hit a deer about 5:30 in the morning. And everybody had the oh shit moment. So we get out, we look at the damage on the truck. Lucky I have a Ford F-250 truck. If I would have had my old F-150 truck, I think it would have been a lot worse. So Lee and I looked at it, and it was just pretty much cosmetic damage. There was nothing leaking, no antifreeze, no power steering, nothing like that. So he says, okay, we're going to Erie. So we get over to Lake Erie, and we pull in Ohio to get gas for the truck, and Aaron jumps out first, and he says, what is wrong with your boat trailer? So I go over there and look at it, and I said, well, that's a broken axle. So my tire's at like a 45 degree. I said, oh boy, this is not going to be good. So I told Aaron, I says, okay, you need to get on your phone and look for a mobile welder. So he's on the phone looking for a mobile welder, and all of a sudden I notice a White Township truck pulls up, and they're getting gas. So I walked over and talked to him. I says, hey, you guys got a wire feed welder there? He says, yeah. I said, well, can I rent it? He says, well, what do you need? I said, well, I got a broken axle. I need to fix this thing because I'm going to Lake Erie fishing. He said, yeah, you come on over and use it. So I get over there, and he's got all the right tools that I need. So I jack this axle up. First I crawl, after I jack it up, I look underneath there to see what happened. Well, here they missed like 1/4 to 3/8 of a weld on the bottom of that axle. I said, well, no wonder that thing cracked and broke off like that. So I jacked it up, I pounded it and pushed it all back into place, and re-welded it, and we were back on the road. And we ended up fishing Lake Erie for a week. It was awesome. So I came back to Wisconsin, went to Sportomotive. They put it under warranty, so I got a new axle out of it. So everything was all good. So it was quite the road trip. I think that's where all the Coot'S experiences started, with that, and also me going in with my UTV in Lincoln Woods. That one went big too. Yeah, it's not fun trying to crawl out of the water with all your stuff on.
Leon Fisher says he's trying to sell 20 acres in Marinette County.
Marinette County.
When will you be in Erie this year? Sorry I joined late, Brian Wolter.
I will be there starting April 21st through June 1st. So I will be there for 6 weeks. I'm going to try to go live as much as I can over there to give you all the updates and colors, the leads back, how fast, where I'm at, all that kind of stuff. There will be one tournament going on when I'm there, the NTC. I wish I could be fishing it, but I'll be fishing with all my friends. So if you guys need any help or info, I will try to help you out as best as I can. It's going to be something different, that's for sure, because there's a lot of fish in that range from 5 to 8 pounds. So it's going to be an interesting tournament. Hopefully the weather's good for all the guys coming out there, because the NTC brings people from all over the country, Wyoming, North and South Dakota, all that kind of stuff. So it was fun fishing when I did get to fish it. Enjoyed it. Right now I'm just enjoying my retirement, fishing with all my friends. Paid friends, probably. So I'll have plenty of river jigs, or paddle jigs I call them, for this year for sure. And like I said, most of the reason I'm doing this is I got invited to fish with Lance Valentine, teach fishing out of Detroit, Michigan. So he's taken me and a couple of my buddies out to learn the river, the Detroit River. One of my bucket lists, to fish. So I'll probably be making hair jigs out of these. Also doing some heavy big plastics with these. There's a lot of current over there, and it sounds like you gotta be pretty much vertical when you're drifting this system. So I'll be staying in Port Clinton. I did this 2 years ago. Kathy got to enjoy the South Bass Island, where we rent a golf cart and we drive around the island. Go to the world's largest bar, which is pretty cool. A lot of neat history on there. the Monument Perry. It's that big tall thing that's dedicated to all the veterans.
Leon Fisher wants to know what a paddle jig is and show up close.
Okay, what can I get done?
All right, we're pouring one right now. These are paddle jigs right here.
So I have 3/4, 5/8, and 3/8 ounce. Now, that's a paddle here. I'll cut this off. So I'll cut this nipple off here. That's a paddle jig. See how flat it is? So it actually cuts the current a lot better. And I use gold hooks. That's number 4/0 right there.
You gotta explain your hooks up here.
My hooks?
The red hooks.
Okay. So like I said previously, I like using my red hooks because they start out gold. I use red from, this is called red dicum. It's a dye for layout guys for metal. And when the paint starts wearing off on these, that gold starts to show through there. So it acts like a shimmering minnow or something, but it's a different characteristic. That's why I like doing it. It works for me very well.
I got over 70 people watching.
Nice. So tell us where you're from. You got questions, comments, concerns?
Leon Fisher says, gotcha, thanks.
Yep, thanks for the question, Leon.
He just got back from down south too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I saw some pictures of you down in Orange Beach area. Looks
Well,
like
you
you
bring
guys.
enough warm weather back, right? All right, since I'm going through so much lead, gotta put another one in there. Drop that in there, let that start melting. So I pull out the 5/8, pull out the 3/8, and then the 3/4.
So cold, nasty, and windy. Was that on Orange Beach or bringing that back here? There. Well, that kind of is a bummer for a vacation, isn't it?
Yep.
We had pretty nice weather in Florida for the most part. Just windy a few days that we couldn't go out fishing, but that was okay.
But when we went to Florida in January, that was cold. But we were in the Panhandle, Panama City. But we still had a good time. Oh, I got a new whiskey to tell you guys about. Over at TJ's Bar and Harbor, which is one of our local hangouts here, about a month ago, they told me they had a Bloody Mary mix with barbecue whiskey. Oh my God. You guys gotta try this. It is an awesome whiskey for Bloody Marys. So I actually found this mix. It's called the Curveball. And it's out of, Woodman's has got them up in Appleton. So I bought a couple bottles of Curveball, brandy, barbecue whiskey, sorry. So we'll be having quite a few Bloody Marys over Lake Erie. But I think we're going to try them out Saturday after we put the dock in over at Point Comfort.
Dave Jones is watching. Teddy McDougal is watching.
These are Do It molds I've been using. I do like Do It molds. They're very heavy duty, going through a lot of lead. I like the nice wood grips to keep your hands cool because this is probably about over 300 degrees right now. So that's a Do It mold, and that's the cavities for the paddle jig. So it goes from half all the way up to 3/4. So I use a number 1/0 right here. Come on. That's a 1/0 for the 3/8. Then I go to my 3/0 for the 5/8. And then I go to the 4/0, which will be the 3/4 inch paddle. So get those in there like that. So, see, that's what happens when you didn't sealed it right. It drop out. Put that one back in there. Close her up nice and tight, I hope. Yep, there we go. Oh, I did it again, so something happened when I flopped it.
Nick Hackley says, "Oh, I've never had those. They are fantastic. Oh, I've had those. They are fantastic. Put a little barbecue sauce in the bottom of the glass."
That's another way of doing it, I guess.
It's 25 after. How many got up there now?
We got quite a few there done, but I'm not quite done to the pile. But what time you got there, Kathy? Usually I only go about an hour because I don't want to bore everybody. Jigs, so
12:25.
12:25. All right. Anybody else got questions or comments? You know, this is about the only thing I don't like about the live. I can't see the answers or questions or anything like that. You know, I got to have somebody behind it doing it. So maybe someday I'll get an iPad that's big enough I can just set it right here and let the camera on the phone do all the work then.
Well, John Hewitt says looks good.
We're trying, John. Thanks for watching, commenting. We like comments, concerns, questions, all that kind of stuff. Just remember to go out and enjoy life every day. I wish I could get out there today, but it's kind of ugly. I'm getting to be a fair weather fisherman here.
Got quite a few people from other countries.
Yeah.
Can you tell us where you're from?
So did you show them our heat hog that we're using down there?
No, didn't show them the heat hog.
That's our heat hog. I love that thing. What's really nice about the heat hog versus other ones, you can actually tip it. You can direct the heat like that. Because if you have it flat, when you're ice fishing, it actually melts the ice. And that's not a good thing to melt in the ice. So we tip it up like this. There's also a safety feature on there. If you bump it or kick it, it goes off automatically. So that's also good. But check out Heat Hog. They got a great product there. All right, I got to dump some more lead in.
Hi, Nick Bugle.
Hi, Nikki. How's it going? We're pouring paddle jigs or river jigs, flat ones. They look like this. They don't flat to cut the current. So the size hooks I'm using is a 1/0, 3/0, and a 4/0. And the 4/0 is on the 3/4.
Hi, Mike Kubley.
Coot'S. Got that boat out yet? You're catching fish in the river. Yeah, I'm trying to stay focused here. So when these cool off, I'll be cutting the what they call nipples, excess. Just cut them off like so. And the rest of it will go back into the melting pot. Like so. What's the magician say? Ta-da! Yeah, normally if I was doing one set of jigs at one set of hooks, I could probably get 100 done in a half an hour. no problem. But since I'm using 3 different size hooks, it's a little different. Try to keep everything in place, and then they fall out like this. You gotta move your fingers around because they get hot. Well, like I said, lead melts at 615. Very hot. Gotta wear safety glasses. I got a fan going over there. So it's actually pushing the fumes that way towards the window I got open up over there. Liking the mold. It's working really nice. Oop. No more questions? No? How many people?
A lot.
That's good. Well, I don't want to bore you guys just watching me do this, as I still got a bunch to do. Appreciate all the likes, comments, actually spending some time with us. If there's anything you ever need from Coot'S Lures, I got a website, cootslures.com. Get a hold of me by my phone number behind me there. I'm always available. If you need product, just let us know about that. We also sell shirts, rods, crankbaits, and the Magnetco. Fireflies also. So, anything else? I'm going to probably cut this off, and then I'll finish this 3, and then we'll call her quits then for today.
Will we have some water when the snow melts? John Hewitt wants to know.
Yep, I hope so, John. We definitely glad we got the snow. Hopefully it's gonna melt good and all that kind of stuff. So there you have it. My lead head jig pouring, flat river jigs, paddle jigs, whatever you want to call them. There you go. So let's go fishing.